Okay, guys, Dave here, Dave's LFC chats, and I've got a legend on the line here, an absolute legend. Owen, the curvaceous butternut, is on the line from the Cop On podcast. This guy knows his stuff. For words of wisdom, just listen in. Welcome to the show, my friend.
I don't know how I can possibly live up to that intro, but thanks very much, Dave. Pleasure to be here.
Oh my God. The day after, what a win yesterday.
It,
Dreamland. I'm in Area 51 right now. That was unbelievable.
yeah, it was glorious stuff. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, am I allowed to swear, Dave?
You can swear, you can dream, you can do anything you want, my friend.
Well, because I was thinking about it, I think, because I teach English here as a foreign language here in France, and you can teach these things, adverbs. You could say it's very good, or that match was really good, but it wasn't. It was fucking amazing. It was an amazing match, a great game of football, and to come out on top as the winners. I didn't sleep until about 3 a.m. I don't know about you.
Oh my God. I haven't slept since the Champions League final. No, it was unbelievable. I did a few videos during the week. Actually, that was a great podcast we did last week for the first time I was on your show. It's absolutely brilliant. I'll do more again if allowed. But no, I mean, I just emotionally and psychologically, I thought this was a huge win on. I really do. Going forward for Liverpool, because I just thought the stars aligned for Liverpool. I really do. I was thinking about the win all week. Not a draw, not even getting beaten. City didn't have a good record, a very poor record actually at Anfield. Sean Cox was there, of course. I just thought the stars aligned for us this weekend.
They did indeed, yeah. No, they really did. I was a little bit pessimistic going into it because I don't know. I just sort of learned to be in the last 30 years of, hoping and hoping that we can win the league. But now you're right. It did feel like a massive win. Like, we can genuinely say we're the best team in the world now,
Yeah,
and we are.
yeah. No, I can't say anything against that. I mean, look at our record. I mean, we only got beaten once by City, of course, nearly a year ago. Well, about 10 months ago. And we have just been unbelievable. We haven't lost a game at Anfield since April 2017 against Palace. I mean, it's just, as they would say in France, Thierry unreal.
Exactly. No, it is. It is. And the more you think about it, the more stats you get, the more it blows your mind. I mean, there was one I saw today that, talking about the longest unbeaten home game streaks, if that makes sense, across the top 5 leagues in Europe. Barcelona's on 18 unbeaten home games. Juventus is on 26 and Liverpool on 45.
I seen that. I seen that. Yes, I took a
Wow.
capture. I took a picture of that on my phone. That was unbelievable. I seen that. I could not believe it. I mean, look. I mean, I've been following Liverpool since the early '80s, since I was about 10. I
Hmm.
mean, obviously the '80s we were brilliant. It was a different world. It was a different league. The players were different. It was more British and Irish and Scottish. You wouldn't have got many Brazilians on the Liverpool team. But it's changed times. But you have to say right now, this is one of the best Liverpool teams in 30 years. It has to be.
It's the best for me. I mean, I'm the same. I started supporting them in the late 80s, sort of 87, 88 season, I think.
Yeah.
And I was just a kid, but I remember just the sort of attitude of going into the game, and everybody was scared of us, and we were sort of stronger and more skillful. And it's a very similar feeling now to when you watch a match. But but this time obviously the game has sped up immensely, and we're just so fast everywhere. I mean, Trent, I don't know how many times you saw our second goal yesterday, how many times you've seen it. For me, it's going into the thousands probably. And
Oh,
the quickness of Trent's ball, and that's our right back Stevie Nicol could only dream of that. Um, just pulling it back from his right foot onto his left, and
bang.
whacking that pass across the field.
It was
Everything had
Beckham-esque,
to
actually.
be
It was like a Beckham pass at his best, his very best, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, that if that was Beckham's right boot, it would be
Yeah,
vintage Beckham, but it was
yeah.
Trent's left. Pure perfection.
Who releases Robbo, the King of Scotland. He runs up the line, the ball into the box was an absolute peach. And there was Mo Salah, the King of Egypt, heads it into the net. Second goal sort of killed City, really, because too quick for our goals, you know. I mean, I was looking at the game today. I looked at it a few times. I looked at the highlights on Sky Sports. I recorded them last night's match of the day too. I mean, the goals, the three goals, they were counter-attacking goals. I mean, City played well. It has to be said. City were actually played very well in that game.
Yeah, I just saw the highlights myself when I was reheating my chicken soup that I made yesterday. Um, yeah, City they missed a hatful of chances. It did feel like that when I was watching it live as well. But really, some of them they should have buried them. On another day, we could easily have lost that match. You have to say hats off to them for making it such a great game and yeah, but the mentality monsters, as they say, the minotaurs, the mentality minotaurs came.
I love your English. You must be a professor, a Shakespearean professor of English, Owen from the Cop On podcast. Loves it. He loves it.
I try my best.
You're absolutely brilliant. I love the. I'm not bad at the one-liners, but you say them in sort of a Shakespearean 1502 type. You know, you really would. You do well back in back in the day, as they say. But thank you very much for coming on. We're in a great place. It's international break now, so we're gonna have to be thinking about stuff to do for the next week or two to literally, make our minds race. Because we come back, we play Palace away, I think it is, and City have a tough one. Chelsea, I think Chelsea at home. So, what's your plans for the 2 weeks, Owen? Are you having a few maybe frog's leg sandwiches in France, or what are you sipping a glass of vino? What's your
Yeah, that's my usual breakfast. Yeah, so I'll just carry on doing that. Um, but then, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't really know what to do with myself when there's no footy. I mean, my national teams are Wales and Malta, who are
oh
traditionally awful.
Malta?
Yeah,
Yes, I
Malta.
actually went to
My
Gozo
mother is
for a wedding.
Maltese, and if Malta get a draw, it's a national holiday.
Oh, I know
So,
that very well. Yeah, yeah.
so international football means nothing to me, especially now that Ryan Dead Eyes Giggs is the manager of Wales. Have you seen
I
his
know.
eyes these days? By the way, they're
Who?
really
Our Ireland?
vacant. You know.
What did you say, Owen?
I'm talking about Ryan Giggs's eyes. If you look into them very carefully, do that on
Yeah.
the international break if you're looking for things to do. Watch a Wales match and look into Ryan Giggs's eyes. Just like I think he's turning into the undead or something. There's nothing there. There's
Yeah,
nothing. There's
yeah,
no
yeah.
light.
I'll tell you why it is. His brother is doing a Paddy Power ad in Ireland. I don't know if it's in England or not. He's slagging him. His own brother is slagging him in a Paddy Power ad.
Oh
I
dear.
think that's ruined him for the rest of his life.
Oh dear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh. But no, I mean,
Anyway,
so
go
I
ahead.
don't.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what to do for the next couple of weeks. I think I'll mainly be looking at the Premier League table. But yeah, what are you up to?
Me, I'm gonna try do a few videos, a bit of chat, a bit of podcast, a bit of dream landing, a bit of telescopic looking at the galaxy and all the stars that Liverpool have. I'm just gonna enjoy it. Top of the league, European champion zone. We're in a great place. We should really, to be honest with you, really, taste it, smell it. We should be embracing it, loving it, because we don't. I mean, we don't get here very often. So looking forward to the next part of the season. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Well, that's a very good plan. Yeah, exactly. And you're right, because we've been wanting this for so long, and now it's here. We need to, relish every microsecond, don't we?
Absolutely. Owen, enjoy your frog legs sandwich with your
Thank you very
glass
much.
of white vino. And I hope to talk to you soon, my friend.
Great to speak to you, Dave. Thank you very much, man. Take care.
Thank you. Cheers.
Bye bye.